Today we are trying the moist banana bread recipe from Natasha's Kitchen. If you're ever trying to print a recipe from this website, it's nearly impossible. Just take a picture of it on your phone or something, or use your phone, because on desktop, notoriously this page does not like printing. So I had to go through a little bit to snipping tool this and print, but here we go. We got it. So what I've got, let's go down the ingredient list. 3 very ripe bananas. These have been sitting on the counter for about a week. A half a cup of unsalted butter. Mine is not at room temperature, but we'll fix that pretty soon with the microwave. We got our sugar, all-purpose flour, baking soda, salt, 2 eggs, our pure vanilla extract. Imitation is not the same. And for a little spice, we got our milk chocolate morsels. So first thing we need to do is preheat our oven. So we bake, preheat to 350, and make sure there's no animals or anything crazy inside, no children. Okay, so we grease and flour our bread loaf pan. Have our vintage purple Pyrex. I usually just use avocado oil because it coats it very nicely. So we will just go ahead and coat. Usually do this over the sink, but I don't feel like going everywhere right now. And there we go. We are greased, and I don't like to flour it because I don't like the chalkiness of flour. So, step 2, let's go. Lightly roast walnuts. We're not using walnuts. So let's go to number 2. Cream together the 8 tablespoons of softened butter and 3/4 cup of sugar. Alrighty, so we're gonna fix this, because obviously I just took this out the fridge about 20 minutes ago. So let's go ahead and get our bowl. Undo our butter here. Ungrease our fingers so we don't drop the bowl. Bring it to the microwave. Yes, there's brownies in here. We didn't make a video on the brownies. Now what I like to do is use the reheat setting because it won't burn it, or it won't cook it too fast, and it'll melt it. You just keep checking it. So let's measure, while that is melting, our 3/4 cups of sugar. So grab our nice Fire King vintage measuring device and get our granulated sugar. Yes, my working area is a little cluttered right now because I have everything out at once, but you don't have to do that. Give yourself a little space. All right, so 3/4 cups of sugar, right? Come on, there we go. And it's okay if you use a little more if you're a sweet tooth like me. So we're about 7/8 of a cup right there. That should be good. Put it back up there in the cabinet and put that in the bowl. So now that's measured. Let's check our butter, and it has conveniently just about finished melting. We'll give it a little bit of a stir. Hit the reheat for another few seconds. Let's wait on peeling the bananas for a minute here, and that butter should be done right now. And good enough. So let's just pour it in there. It'll continue melting as it sits. That smells good. All right, and we're just gonna stir this together. Try and smush that little bit of butter that's left in there that wasn't completely melted. All right, so there's the sugar and the butter. So next we can mash the bananas and then mix it with the 2 eggs. So let's get these bananas going. These are really ripe. Perfect for banana bread. Super sweet. You can just break them apart, makes it easier. They just fall apart really. And banana 3. Okay. Now we can wipe our hands real quick here. Grab us a fork. Move our spoon out the way for a second. And you just mash your bananas right here. You don't have to mash it too fine. Just kind of a nice mash and stir at the same time. These are really ripe, so they're mashing quite easily. I'm sorry about that noise. And the bananas give a really good moisture to this. Alright, so it's a little chunky, that's how you want it. So our next step will be the eggs. You can beat them before or after. I usually just beat them when they're in. Makes it easier. Let's toss that in there for now. And look at that, no shells. So let's get our fork again and just give that a little break of yolks. Just give it a nice quick stir. And that'll beat the eggs just enough, that's all you need. You don't want to churn them. So, eggs are beaten. In a separate bowl, whisk together 1.5 cups of flour, baking soda, and salt, and then add it to the batter a little bit at a time. So let me grab a secondary bowl. Let that sit for a second. Identical. This is our vintage Texas ware. We like our Texas ware. Let's get these out of the way here. Alrighty. 1.5 cups of flour. We'll use this right here. Our wonderful Amazon flour. So let's get our 1.5 cups measured here. Let's add 1.5. Pretty close. Almost. There's 1.5 cups. Alright. So we'll put the flour to the back here. Let's get it out of the vent. The vent just kicked on. 1.5 cups. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Here's our teaspoon. Just get the clumps out. So we can get a level teaspoon here. There we go. Sprinkle it in. Put the baking soda back up. And 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This all helps it rise. Ooh, that was a nice scraping sound. I go a little bit over on the salt because I like it. Seems to help a little better. Okay, let's give that a stir with this. This is our whisk. It doesn't have to go too crazy. It's going to incorporate when you put it into the batter. Okay. Now we're going to add it to the batter. Let's get this out of here. Use our spoon here. And a little bit at a time, you want to incorporate the dry into the wet. Kind of hard to do on the stove here. But mix it. A little bit more. And incorporate it. Now we're kind of making like a dough. See, it's already getting pretty sticky, so we like that. It's looking very good. And we can probably do the rest in there. Our oven is preheated. It didn't take long at all. That was actually very quick. And you can use a beater if you have a KitchenAid mixer, a table mixer, tabletop mixer, whatever you want to call it. It'd probably be a little better than using a spoon, but it all works the same. A spatula, spoon, a whisk, doesn't matter. As long as it gets mixed. And we're going to be a little chunky here. Chunky's good. Okay, so that's all incorporated. Let me just double bowl it here. We're going to add our ½ teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm going to go with 1 teaspoon. I always go more on the vanilla. Or shy less than a teaspoon. And just spread that just a little bit. And if you've ever tasted this stuff, like put on your finger just to taste it, don't do it. Or if you've never done it, don't do it. It's awful. Terrible. It does not taste how it smells. It tastes like acid. Battery acid. The old AA batteries that you found in a toy from a childhood, that's how they taste. That's how it tastes. Leaking AA batteries. Or like when you change your 9-volt from your smoke alarm, that's how it tastes. Alrighty. And the last ingredient is we're just going to put a little bit of chocolate. Never done this before. Let's see how it turns out. Yeah, this is just milk chocolate morsels from Toll House. I'm going to probably put a little more than that, maybe. Maybe. That may be enough. Let's put a... chocolate can't hurt. You know, let's put a little more. There we go. Give it a good mix. Not that it matters, it's going to settle on its own. Let's get our vintage Pyrex and pour it in. If anyone is wondering where I got this purple spoon from, Walmart had a limited run on these things. Silicone utensils, I guess. They had whisks, spoons, and spatulas. I don't think we saw anything else. We got a couple different spoons. They had slotted spoons, regular spoons like this, and a few spatulas. And they're actually really nice. Surprising quality. Just get all of this in. All of this in. Yeah, it's pretty good. Clean it up pretty good. I'm going to stop beating on this here. Alright. I think that was it. I like to give it a little shake. Settle it in. Making a mess already. And we're going to pop it in the oven for 55 to 60 minutes. I'm going to probably go with 55 or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. Let's pop it in. Watch your face when you open it because it's hot, obviously. Close her up and we're going to set our timer for 55 minutes. And we're also going to set our Siri timer naturally. Set a timer for 55 minutes. Siri doesn't like me. Siri, set a timer for 55 minutes. And there's our timer. So we will come back in 55 minutes and check it. We'll see how it goes. It has been, what I said it for, 55 minutes. And we're going to go ahead, pull it out of the oven, see what we got. See if we are cooked enough for my liking. Oh, we're looking good. Let's check this out. Look at that. That looks fantastic. Let's get a nice look at here. Ooh-wee. Okay. I don't have any toothpicks, so we're just going to... Okay, it is a bit moist still. Yeah, we're not anywhere close to being done. Okay, let's pop her back in the oven. We'll be back in, try 10 minutes. See how that looks after then. It has been 10 more minutes. I'll probably have to keep it out this time because I'm pretty sure it'll start burning if I leave it in any longer. Let's get it out. That's looking a lot better. We're definitely crusty on the edges, but it's fine. Let's get a nice close-up of this. Yeah, that looks pretty good. There's a chocolate chip right there. Let's give it the old poke. That feels much better. Yep, we are done. Coming out clean. So, we'll have to give it a taste test in a little while. And there we go. There's our Natasha's favorite moist banana bread. I drew a blank there. Natasha's moist banana bread. Looks like a pretty good recipe. I'll let you know how it tastes in the comments. Peace out.